Rocking everywhere, rocking everywhere. Ready to go, PD boy?
Rolling.
And we are back at it with another React out there. This one, PD boy, I'm excited for because we bring in three different esports realm people. We got a CSGO pro, I should say formerly, that being Dick Stacy, a Fortnite pro, that being Young Calc, and a prominent League of Legends figure, that being LS, all debating something which I don't think we really saw coming, this now being several days back, and certainly had a lot of people talking out there, and I'm sure you guys can tell with the title. Today we talk about their standpoints on whether competing, being a gamer and or streamer, is the most stressful or least stressful thing out there. Before me and Pete actually hop into discussion, I'm going to read you guys first of all where Young Calc was coming from, as his tweet nearly a week ago said, "On some real crap, being a pro is one of the most stressful things you can be." This was quickly followed up by former CSGO pro, widely known as Dick, my boy back in the day, saying, "LOL, what? Being a pro is one of the least stressful and best things you can be. Grinding a video game you love versus the best, flexible lifestyle and hours, all while having the potential to travel the world and getting paid good money. My crap this morning was more stressful." That means him taking a dump this morning was more stressful. And then very lastly, LS, who obviously has had a tough go in the League of Legends scene, probably one of the more stressful occurrences as well. He actually eventually replies saying, "This can't be real. This is the Dick's take about it not being stressful. The mental damage and taxation at the highest levels is insane. The fear of failure, burnout, and creeping job security leading to people sabotaging others and other things is quite the opposite of stress-free." So three, I would say, different takes out there. All certainly have their sides. What do you guys think about, whether competing or being a streamer being the least stressful or most stressful? PD boy, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, in defense of Dick, in Australia, hundreds of people die every year going to the bathroom. The place is full of poisonous spiders. If you want to go to McDonald's in Australia, you have to punch 2 crocodiles, step on 4 black widows, and kill a black mama with your teeth.
Yeah, so sitting down at a computer, we got to realize, guys,
For an Australian, it is probably the least stressful thing because the computer won't try and kill you or poison you.
Because everyday life is stressful.
The computer is not a drop bear. It's not coming at you from the trees.
Someplace I would never want to live. So I want to first take on Calc's take, right? He says it's the most stressful thing, to which a lot of responses out there, the stereotypical, what Ninja gets, right? Oh, playing video games can't be that hard. A lot of the responses saying, obviously a regular 9 to 5 is going to be more difficult than sitting down at a computer game and competing at the top level, to which, yes, certainly could be debated. I would say one of my favorite responses is it is kind of like their own 9 to 5. When you are at the tippity top level, staying up to date, staying at the same level as other pros, and you're streaming or you're playing or you're practicing 12 hours a day, obviously that has its taxing part as well.
Yeah, and so the only thing I can relate it to is I used to played football in college, for a fairly large college for a little bit, and if you think about this as it's a pro sport, it is incredibly stressful, and it being stressful doesn't take away from the fact that working 9 to 5 at an In-N-Out is super stressful too.
Exactly.
It's just a different thing, but you've got to think that there are a very finite number of slots. There's maybe 200 people in certain sports that are making money, especially in titles like CSGO or even in Call of Duty, especially.
Yeah, if we're talking about decent money you can live off of.
That's very, very limited. And every single day you have to worry, did I have a bad game? Am I going to get dropped and replaced by someone else for a little bit less money? So I understand the stress is massive. And I guess I can see the difference, whereas, as Dick played in mainly the Oceanic League, not a huge CSGO league. He did play in some bigger events.
Yeah, he made a major.
But
two. I think 2.
Maybe, I think you're right. I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Because he had 2 stickers.
Yeah, I remember 2 dicks in CSGO. I would always remember that.
Clearly, if you take nothing away from this video, Jake will always remember 2 dicks. And so it's easy to see where he might have gotten the perception from, even though he was in the sport. But if you've ever been at the pinnacle of something like that, where there's such a finite number of slots, and you just have to claw every day to keep your spot, and you don't know who's going to stab you in the back, who's looking for your spot, because someone's got to take your spot to get their spot. I understand that it's incredibly stressful, and I guess for some people, maybe it's not as big of a deal. Maybe Dick just didn't, that's not what he built his life around. He didn't care about it as much as, say, someone who was grinding like a device or a Magix, just grinding their life away in CSGO all the time at the top level.
Yeah, he might have been a bit more laid back, or he's coming from the perspective of he has been a Counter-Strike pro and now works a regular job, so he himself finds that competing was less stressful for him.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point.
It all depends on your circumstances. I think a lot of us can agree every job and every lifestyle and every person has their stresses. So I certainly understand why Dick's point was heavily combated and people did not agree, especially by LS, who has undergone one of the more stressful last, 6 months than anyone else. In case you guys didn't miss or did miss his time with T1, I mean, the dude and his grandmother were receiving threats from all sorts of T1 fans. So obviously he has had some super stressful experiences just from that part alone. And then when you talk about the stream game, just to your point of, top 200 CS pros or league pros or COD pros making decent money or good money, same goes for streaming, right? There are limited figures out there who can actually do this and maintain it for a lifelong stability as a 9-to-5 job. But that's not us discounting that a 9-to-5 job also has its stresses and can also suck very heavily.
That's true. And here, let's get Hunter in here real quick. See,
Yo, Hunter!
Get Hunter's hot take. But we should also remember, even we have a stressful job, like when Jake got us banned off YouTube.
Okay, why do we have to come here, buddy? So I'm gonna hold the mic to you, and you're a guy that comes from a 9-to-5 job. Heck, once we get rid of you, you'll be going back to
There's a Wendy's in your future.
So what do you find more stressful, good sir? This is actually a good interview. Do you find esports or streaming more stressful or a regular 9-to-5 more stressful? Go.
I think it kind of depends on the people around you, because being around Jake 24/7 all the time is a little stressful.
I know.
And, all the energy just touches you all the time.
Oh,
It's
don't.
crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that for HR.
But I honestly 9-to-5 is just a little bit more stressful, I would say.
From our own, thank you very much, Hunter.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, you go make a video for once. Good seeing you. But certainly everyone's going to have their different takes. We're not trying to discount either side here, but it makes, obviously, as well, for a great, great discussion. So to end on that, we want to ask all of you guys, what do you think about all the takes out there? Do you think Calc is right that being a pro is the most stressful thing ever? Do you think Dick is right and says it's the least stressful thing ever? Or are you LS's take where streamers are also very, very stressed out all the time for rightful reasons? Leave a comment down below. Until next time, as per usual, take a sip for us. We'll catch you back here in the next one.
Very nice. Nice little 7-minute video there.